Hey guys, I'm with Marquis. Hey Marquis, how are you today?
I'm doing fine.
So, Marquis, uh, you direct. What else do you do? Do you also act or?
Yeah, I'm an actor. I'm a stunt coordinator. I do. Directing is kind of new for me though. Like I'm still trying to find my way around the waters and exactly what makes a director a director. But I do have my film I've written. It's a short film that I'm promoting for a series that I'm writing. So yeah,
When did you start directing?
I say like what 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Yeah,
And what made you want to start directing?
writing actually. I got into writing. I was like 15, 16 years old, and it kind of took off. I decided to try other things besides writing and acting, which happens to be directing and stunt coordinating.
And do you usually like to stick to one genre when it comes to writing, or?
No, see, no. I like every genre. I can do like any genre. Now, I don't mean I would do any genre, but I could do any genre, you know. My main is horror, supernatural, and thriller.
Thriller?
Yeah.
And would you say one series or one show inspired you, or did it just come
For
from,
this particular show,
or just in general for writing?
uh, the show that the short film that's going to be a show that I'm working on now was inspired by um, two films actually. They weren't even shows that inspire me. Um, I don't know if you heard of this one, The Faculty. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's a show. It's a movie that came out back in like 98, 97 about high school kids dealing with an alien invasion. It's like a parasite that started to take over the school. And my second motivation was Wrong Turn. You know what that is?
I
So,
heard of that
oh
one.
yeah, that one. Those are my two motivations for this project in particular. But in general, I have an entire universe I'm creating around horror, like films and like shows and movies.
Oh
So
wow. So with your one project, there's gonna be like more projects
yes,
coming up.
yep. There's gonna be they're all like connected. They're all connected. They're all part of this one big world that I have in mind that I want to do. I'm gonna cameo and Easter egg, all type of stuff. So be looking out for those surprises. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really cool actually. Would you like to tell us about your upcoming projects a little bit, or are you gonna keep it a
I
secret?
wanna tell you, but I don't know. Let me see. What can I tell you without giving it away? Though that's the question. Um, it's practically what the short film is basically. It's a it's more of a thriller than it has horror elements in it. So the short film working on this, it's more of a thriller like mystery type film, but it is horror like overall. I don't want to talk about nothing yet in general that terms of exactly what it's about until I have something to actually show for it. So
Yeah, to be continued.
to be continued. We're gonna drop something within a week.
A week, yeah.
So to be continued.
And also, with acting, do you have a favorite project that you worked on?
Acting. My favorite project I acted on. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I did one particular where I played this supervillain. It was pretty cool. Um, I can't say the name right now.
What did he do? What was
It's
his power?
super speed.
Super speed?
Yeah, it was super speed, and I only had to play him once. Sincerely enough, the project kind of got like a reboot, and the guy who created the project kind of like started recasting everybody. But it was a cool experience while I lasted. Man, what is the name of it? It's stuck in my head. It's right there on the tip of my tongue, and I cannot see it. Um, Nightwolf. I think it's Nightwolf.
Nightwolf?
Nightwolf. Yeah,
I feel like I heard of that project.
yeah. I played this. This he's a speedster. He was called Death Racer. He's like practically the Reverse Flash. If you know what
Yeah,
the Flash is,
Flash,
yeah,
yeah.
the Reverse Flash, yeah.
And also, do you read comics at all?
Yeah, I read a ton of comics in my time.
Do you have a favorite?
Spider Man,
Spider-Man?
Spider Man, yeah, yeah, Spider Man.
in horror films, would you say like any horror film like inspired you to write in that genre?
I know most people say Jason and Michael Myers and stuff like that, but funny enough, they didn't inspire me to get into the horror genre. Um, I say movies like, I can name like only a few in my head, which was The Faculty, Wrong Turn, House of Wax, Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Oh
Ghost
yeah.
Ship. Yeah, those inspired me to write horror films.
And besides your series that's coming up, did you do any projects before that, like for directing and writing?
Um, this is my first one that I'm doing that's mine, but I've helped other people. Like I like co-direct with other people's stuff, but this is my first one that's really just all me. There's no like me co-directing and me, playing someone who only gets the spot when the person walks away. I wrote this. I created this, so this is like literally my first project that's mine that I'm going to be officially directing. But I have directed some other stuff before. Yeah.
And for this project, did you cast the actors or did someone else cast the actors?
Uh, yeah. I'm right now. Actually, I'm still in the middle of casting. I have like 3 more to cast before we are officially ready to start actually shooting the real thing. But most of the people are casted. So yeah.
And what do you look for usually when casting individuals?
Mm, I like to create. I like to create complicated characters who have a lot going for them. So I look for people that can bring out the best emotions. A lot of my characters are always emotional. I write a lot of emotional characters. Complex. That's what I'm looking for. My characters are complex. So yeah, when I look for my cast, I don't really look for like race unless that character legitimately is needed. Like so unless the race really play a part in that character. But most cases, anybody who wants like a role that has the acting chops, come on board. You might land the role. I don't discriminate in terms of like who's casted in terms of race. I don't do that.
And do you think you're going to have any more auditions coming up in case someone's, watching and they might want to be a part of your future projects?
I always have auditions open up, so because people don't tend to stick around a lot. You have the people who show up, mean one thing, and then do another one. So you have to keep your options open. So
Oh, would you say is that because like just people,
it's just like
find a conflicts with like different projects or?
it's like conflict of interest with whatever other project they got going on. I might set a date, and they might have to do something else that same day, or in general, like you have some people who are just like say they want to do it, but then when it's time to do it, fear take over.
The
And
fear
so,
part, I feel like that's a big thing for a lot of people,
yeah, it
especially,
is.
yeah.
It was for me. First time I ever did my first thing. That was my first time performing in any form of act was in 2017. That was my first time getting into all of this.
Yeah.
So I know exactly and I still get the bubble guts at times when I have to prepare myself for something, especially if it's something that, what I'm saying, like a role I'm not familiar with, you know, those tend to like get to like the best of the actors. Everybody has them. They all have the moments where they want to do something, where they want to try something new until it's time to try something new. Then that fear set in. So I understand why people have them.
Yeah, because they're just so used to doing the same thing. I feel like a lot of people get into that groove, and then once it comes to trying something new,
Yeah,
they
they get
get.
comfortable. Yeah, they get comfortable in a certain role. That's what you would call typecast. They stop going for the same roles that they're familiar with and comfortable with, and sometimes I don't blame them, but I like a challenge. So it is what it is.
Yeah, and if anyone wanted to find you on social media or Instagram, would you be willing to share?
Yeah. Let me see. My Instagram is Mana MANA humanoid HUMANOID_Jones. My Facebook is Marquis JM Devon Jones, and I don't really have a Twitter, so that's
Oh
that's
no,
not
it's
in the
okay.
picture. So yeah, I don't really have a Twitter, but those are my best two that you can find me in terms of like platforms, like. But if you're looking for me on my Gmail is ultimate m.h.15@gmail.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on and uh
Yeah, this is really, I don't do this much, so this is really an experience for me. I don't do much interviews, but I'm glad I was here to do this one. So
yeah.
it was nice to meet you.
Well,
And
nice to meet you.
nice to meet everybody else that was back there behind the camera, and let's do this again.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially when you have more stuff come out.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, I would definitely want to do this again when I actually have
Oh yeah.
something to show. I want to come back here and redo this again, but this I have to do for now.
Yeah, for now. To be continued.
Yeah, to be continued.